My guest tonight is filmmaker and stand-up comedian Justin Mushnick. On Wednesday, Justin won the DC Improv Show held here in the Tavern in the campus of American University. The show was part of a regular Eagle Nights performances put on by the SG. This victory enables Justin to compete against other regional colleges in the DC Improv Show held in April. Justin, thanks for joining us.
Hi, Jason.
Oh, hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How are you doing?
It's great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
For those of you who didn't know, Justin was my old roommate, and we had a riot of a time. So I was very excited to learn that you won the competition.
Yes, we had a stand-up comedy competition in the Tavern on Wednesday night.
What is the significance of this win?
Basically, it's a competition run by the DC Improv, which is one of the most famous comedy clubs in the country, and they have a competition at each of the major Washington, D.C. schools like Georgetown, GW, American, and a couple others. And each school has its own little mini competition, and the winner gets to go perform at the DC Improv against all the other winners in April. So I'll be at the DC Improv April 16th.
So I guess people have said that this makes you the funniest man at AU.
I really don't think that's the right title for it. It sounds, a little too like, oh, I'm so funny, I'm the funniest man. But I'm just happy to be able to participate at all and be able to, practice my stand-up more.
What has first interested you in doing stand-up as opposed to other forms of entertainment?
Well, I've always been really interested in comedy ever since I was younger, and I was really into acting, and that's how I got into film. And when you're coming up with funny ideas, not all of them can be a movie, and I'm a big fan of stand-up comedy, so eventually I just started, writing my own stand-up. And in 8th grade, I took a stand-up comedy class with a lot of older people. It was quite awkward, and since that was when I was 14, and since then I've just been continuously writing and writing and writing, and it's just a hobby I really enjoy,
Yeah. You mentioned finding ideas, and so I'm wondering, where do you find inspiration for the things you say on stage?
A lot of the things will come up in conversation. If I'm talking with my friends and I say something funny, I'll try to remember it, and later when I'm at my computer, I'll be like, can this be developed into a whole joke? Is this something that just makes my friends laugh, or is this something that will make lots of people laugh? Right. Or a lot of times I'll just be walking, and ideas will float into my head. I rarely ever sit down and deliberately try to think of something funny. It usually just comes to me.
Now, you don't not only do stand-up, but you also do video work as well.
Yes.
You're actually a visual media major.
Yes.
Yeah. So we want to play a clip here of a music video that he made. This was in high school?
This was towards the end of high school, senior year.
Yeah. This is a No Wait?
No Wait.
No Wait. So let's play that.
Save this man's life. Trust me, I've got a PhD and a knife. You see, the wound is to his right, no left side head. Check his pulse, oh my God, this man is gone, 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 gone. He is gone, 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 gone. No wait, but listen, I'm talking to you. 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 First things first, let's retrace this man's steps.
Perhaps that's one of my favorite clips. But I think it's where did you get the ideas for that? It's very well shot, I think. Just the way you get all the different angles in there. It's very creative use of angles.
That video had been developing in my head for years, actually. I was always songs that I'm always a big fan of. I just kind of visualize it in my head, like, what would this video be like to me? And for just a couple of years, I would just pictured some very literal interpretation of the lyrics. And one day in high school, we had to do a project, and I wasn't sure what to do, so I went through my notebook of ideas. I'm like, well, why don't I give this one a shot, finally.
Yeah. Do you think that literalism, taking things that aren't meant to be taken literally, is part of your style? Do you think, what components of your style, of your delivery, would you bestow upon yourself?
I'm not sure how I could answer that question, but are you basically asking what's my style, or?
Sure. What's your style?
My style is whatever comes to me that's funny. It can be sometimes political, sometimes it can, have to do with bodily functions, things that happen in the bathroom. And it's really just whatever I come to notice that is odd in my life. So I don't know what style it is yet, because I'm young and I'm still developing it. Maybe 10 years from now I'll actually have a style that I could answer that question with.
Well, along the body function line of style and high sophistication, we've got another clip to show you. This one is a right guard commercial. Not quite the same thing. Won't gross you out, I don't think. Well, maybe it will. I'm not sure. So tell us a little bit about this right guard commercial.
This one was from junior year of high school. We had a commercial contest, and I was assigned right guard. And immediately, this was the only idea that I think would be. It was the only thing that could possibly be done with a deodorant commercial, I thought. So you'll see what it is.
Well, let's take a look at that.
I love the smell of armpits.
Nope, you love the smell of right guard armpits.
Well, that was. You seem to.
Oh, man.
Well, how about that? Yeah. Whew. Need a little right guard myself right now.
Oh, yeah.
You seem to delight a lot in what would ordinarily be awkward situations. Do you find those inherently, because we try and hide awkward situations, do you find there's kind of an awkward laughing when you're on stage performing and telling jokes like that?
I think life's one big awkward moment. We all encounter awkward moments every day, and we're always so shy about them. So why should we hide them if we all experience them? Let's just put them out there, laugh about them.
Yeah, I think people can often laugh when they share an awkward situation or experience that you're making light of, and oh gosh, I do that too.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I can definitely relate to that. Well, thanks for joining us. We've got just one more clip to show, and this one I'm in. This was last year, wasn't it? Or
Spring 2007.
Spring 2007. This is a clip we had to interview each other. Wasn't that right?
Yes.
I think it went off marvelously well.
Not as good as this interview, though.
Well, of course not. This is the pinnacle of our career. But I think it definitely serves to show a little bit of your sense of humor.
And yours as well.
Well, thank you. So let's roll that clip.
The average college student, drunk, undershowered, they sleep in late, and all they eat is pizza. Now what if I told you about a student who does the complete opposite? I introduce to you Jason Cunningham, a sophomore at American University. I spoke with Jason to find out more about his life. Well, what kind of a person are you?
I'm polite, friendly, outgoing, very orderly. Some people have said formal, but I think that's just an exaggeration.
I've heard that you were homeschooled.
That's correct.
So I imagine coming to AU was a real eye-opening experience.
In some ways it was. I found the local dialect to be somewhat confusing. So many new words to learn and that I've never heard before, but I'm trying to find ways to fit in. Sup, homie?
What's up, homie?
What's up, homie? Crazy stuff, crazy stuff. Well, Justin, I want to thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure having you.
Thanks for inviting me on. I really appreciate it.
Are there any other venues where you're going to be doing your stand-up?
I will be performing at the Topaz Hotel this Thursday night, and then on Saturday the 9th, I will be performing at the Hyatt in Bethesda with AU Professor Chris Palmer.
Very nice. Well, I'll have to go check those out, and if you're interested, you can find more of Justin's work on our website, yeartodateshow.wordpress.com, as well as links to his website, jmush.com. jmush.com, so where you can find more content of his and jokes he's told. And don't forget to check him out at those two locations, which we will also have on the website for you to see. We'll be right back after this commercial break, where Travis Smith will be doing an editorial discussing Republican presidential candidate Ron Paul. We'll be right back after this.